Is now the right time for you to cash in by selling your real estate? People everywhere want to know because the market's been going up and up and up in the last 3 years. It's up 64%, and people want to know, should I cash in? Should I sell? Should I hold? All of that's coming your way next. You had time, you had money, and you didn't leverage it. Is the market done going up? Check out these planes. When was the right time to sell these planes? The reality is that they've been decommissioned and they're sitting here, and if someone would have sold them, they would probably be worth more yesterday than they are today. Reality is they are going down in value. They're not increasing in value. And a home, when you look at the opportunity cost of what's happening in the country right now, eventually the market has to turn. And when that happens, will you be caught holding the bag on real estate that had inflated in price and now has gone down? To answer your question, I want to go back to 2008. Do you know what was happening in 2005, 6, 7, and 8? I was buying up tons and tons and tons of real estate, and people started getting nervous about the market exactly like the way they are right now. And a lot of them had their homes go up 100,000 in value, some of them more than that, and they thought, man, this is going to go on forever. And I remember telling some of them, at the right time, you need to pull out, because if you don't and that value drops, you won't be able to take advantage of that free money to keep growing wealth. Growing wealth is really just moving low yields to high yields. We've got cheaper money right now with where rates have gone than ever before. Check this out, for example. When I buy real estate, on average, I'm earning between 25 and 30% a year on my money. So if I can borrow it from the banks at 4, 5, or 6% and basically leverage it at 25 or 30%, I am making all of that money in between. So back when this happened, 2008, I remember warning some of my friends, you better get out of the 401k, you better get out of your IRA, because when that market goes down, you're gonna lose that. And one of them had over $500,000, and that value dropped by more than in half. Now, eventually, that person actually made it up, but what was missing in the makeup was time. That money could have been used earning in real estate. So let me answer your question. Is the market done going up? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, if Trump gets reelected, and he's not going to be impeached at this point, then that means that our economy is going to continue stabilizing, it's going to continue increasing, and eventually it is going to turn. We don't know when that is. Here's what you should be doing. You should be asking, how do I get a home equity line so I can pull some money out with the bank so I can put it in other investments? Or would now be the right time to sell? Now is a fantastic time to be selling real estate. There's no doubt that even though we still have a shortage in inventory, those prices can't go up forever. And eventually, as that forms into a bubble, you have to ask yourself, the money that you get from the increase, first 50,000, is it the safest or the riskiest? What about the next 50,000? The first $50,000 is the safe money. The next $50,000 is definitely the risky money. What should you be doing right now? You should be asking yourself this question. How do I get money out of the market, and how do I put it to work? You remember that scene in Indiana Jones when the old plane and the guy is like getting punched by Indy until he goes into the propeller, and then, you know, obviously it's blood and gore everywhere. Dude, that's what it's like for me when I see the market turn. I'm like, oh my gosh, you had time, you had money, and you didn't leverage it. You didn't use it the way that it could have been. Listen, if you want to, you can not take advantage of the market right now, but if you don't, it will be years before it gets this juicy again, and you'll say, man, I wish I had done something. You want to know what my biggest regret from 2008 is? I wish I had bought 1,000 more properties than I actually did. And I had the ability to if I really set my mind to it, but I had never gone through that first roller coaster. Now I'm 40 years old, and now I see it coming again. Will it be as deep as the Great Recession? No, it's usually every fourth turning. It's every 80 years that you find that kind of cycle. But that cycle will turn again. And while we don't know exactly when it is, instead of walking into a spinning propeller and losing time and losing money, I'm doing everything I can right now to take advantage of it. By the way, right now I'm buying up a house just about every single day, with people like you that are watching me on YouTube. If you've got equity stuck in a house and you're like, well, okay, Kris, let's say that I could get it out. What would I actually do? So if you're watching this and you're thinking, all right, so Kris, what if I had some money? Like, what could I do? Do something. If you don't know what that looks like, I published a document that actually walks you through exactly what I'm doing and exactly how you can do it yourself. It's my track record, my latest book on how I buy a house just about every single day. And if you want to know how to start earning 20, 25, or 30% returns, you can get that entire publication for free, because I want you financially smarter. I want you to like awaken your financial genius. I want you to really learn how to command your financial future. That's what this channel's all about. The best thing that you can do right now is figure out ultimately how to access money and then put it to work. Wealthy people borrow money cheap and they put it out and they earn much bigger gains and they create as big of a difference as possible. It's called a positive arbitrage. And you yourself have the ability to do the exact same thing that the wealthy are doing. When I got started on my journey, when I started doing it, I was nervous, I was scared, no one showed me how. Today, I do it in my sleep, and you can learn how to do that too, my friends. Do not be like one of these decommissioned planes that has value today, but every passing day that value shrinks. That's what it's like when time gets shorter, when right now we're in an economy where it is one of the very best times to be building and creating wealth. I would not want to be standing here when this thing fires up. Likewise, if you're saying it's time to get more serious, get my head in the game, make sure that you are a subscriber and smash the like button. Send it to somebody else that's bought a home, sitting on a pile of equity, wondering what they should be doing. I hope it helps you find your journey, your path. By the way, on your way out, please ring that bell. It tells YouTube to send you an update every single day about the very next video, because I've created another one for you.